Hey everyone, DIY Darren here. I saw in the comments somebody wanted to see some test cuts with my V Ride II Scag with the 37 horsepower Vanguard. I was going to wait until the weather got a little bit better. We've had a lot of rain here over the past few days. It's actually only about 35, maybe 40 degrees outside. There's snow in the forecast tonight. The lawn here, as you can see, is very overgrown, and I haven't cut it in 10 days because of the rain. So at first I was going to wait, and then I thought, you know what, this is about as bad as it would ever get that I would cut for a customer. The ground is all wet underneath my feet. Grass is very overgrown. It's cold out. But I thought, hey, what a better time to do a test and show you guys what the Scag can do. So I'm going to do 3 round trips. The first one I'm going to do at a normal cutting speed with the chute open. Then I'm going to do a round trip going almost as fast as I possibly can with the chute open, and then we'll do 1 round trip with the chute closed, mulching the entire time. And of course this grass is very wet. The sun did come out here in the last hour and a half and dry the top of the blades of grass off, but still very wet conditions. So we'll do those 3 round trips, come back, shut the mower off, and talk after that. Also, I have not scraped the deck, and I have, mowed over the last week while there's been some other rainy conditions. So I do think there's a little bit of grass on the underside of the deck, but nothing too bad. So those are the conditions we're in. We'll see how it does. Like I said, if it was any worse than this, I probably wouldn't cut for a customer. So this should be a pretty good test, not a nice 75 degree dry sunny day kind of test. All right, let's get to it. Alright, so let's take a look. You can hear the water squishing under my feet, and I'll show you the mower here in a minute. So, quick look. Every single pass, no matter what my speed was or whether the chute was open or not, it looks perfect. I cut it 2 3/4 inches. That's what I always cut my lawn. So I was taking, see if I can get down low here to some of the uncut area. I took a good 1.5 inches off the grass. I don't know if we can get a good shot of it. So this is uncut. There's my 3 round trips, 6 total passes. It came out better than I thought, actually. Like I said in a prior review, I can't say enough about how this deck cuts. Any commercial mower is going to give you a good cut. but this deck does seem to do a really good job. So let's talk about some other things I forgot to mention in my last review real quick while I've got you. So as you can see, I've got the Grassflap chute blocker on here. I still have not finished my installation, as I just mentioned in the video the other day. I still need to trim this off and bend it back with a heat gun. I just haven't had time to do it. But what I will say is this little rubber booty here on the cable, you can see there's a piece of grass and junk stuck to it. You want to keep that up on that tip, which I can't even get it to go on there now. It keeps falling off, and that was one of the things I wanted to mention there. It's on there now, and there's another one in the back, and this one looks like it slipped off again too. And the whole point of that rubber booty is to keep debris out of that cable. You don't want it to be pulling gunk in there. So the fact that it keeps popping off is a little bit concerning. You know, this Grassflap, this is the first Grassflap brand chute blocker I've had. I'm pretty impressed with it. On my zero turns, I was always using the advanced chute system with the arm bar that you could hit flip with your hand. So one of the things in hindsight, this would be a piece of advice for everybody, is when I ordered the Grassflap, I probably would have ordered an additional cable. I like to keep breakable parts right on hand, so if something happens, I don't have to wait a week to 2 weeks for it to come in. I'm probably going to go online and order another cable and just keep it in the shop, because that's the one part of that whole Grassflap system that's kind of a failure piece in my eyes. Not that I expect it to fail, you know, immediately or anything like that. I'm sure it'll hold up for a while, but it's the moving part, so I want to keep one on hand. But you can see here just how wet it is. My front casters are still pretty wet. So I back out and take a shot of the mower here, see if there's anything else that I can think of that I want to share with you. But the test cuts, that was pretty impressive. You can probably hear the wind too. It's definitely cold out here. Like I said, about 35-40 degrees. Also, my foot pedal for the Grassflap chute blocker, I just used existing holes in the plate just to kind of test it and get used to it before I actually drilled holes into the plate for its, you know, final mounting place. So I used the furthest back hole here, one in from the center, and then the second bolt up front. So I am going to move it back to right about here. It's just a little too far forward. I can get my toe in here and tap it, and I'm getting pretty used to it. But if I just moved it in the same spot back, you know, as far as I could to this edge, it would work even better. Of course, I'm going to have to drill holes for that. But now that I've got some time on the mower and I'm comfortable with it, it's kind of helped me figure out where my best position is. So if anybody else, if you're going to do that, I would strongly recommend, just like I did, use the existing holes, bolt it on there temporarily, get a few hours on the mower, get a feel for it, you know, before you make a decision. Once you start drilling holes, you can't go back. And I've also got, I'm still waiting on my accelerator grass catcher, the aluminum grass catcher, so that should mount right on here. Shouldn't interfere with my Grassflap at all. So I'm excited to get that, especially this is the time of year I want it. Not having a grass catcher for this new mower is frustrating. You know, you get into catch spots with your customers where you are turning around a lot. You really don't have a lot of room to blow the grass out and get it chopped up, and it starts to bunch up. And since I don't have a grass catcher on this, I've got to pick it up other ways to get it out of there so that they're getting the quality cut that they're paying for, and it looks nice. All right, so I guess that's it for me. I'm going to wrap it up on this video. It's everything I can think of. If you got any questions, drop them in the comments. I'm always happy to answer any questions you got, see what I can do to help you out. Don't forget to click subscribe below, and as always, go Bills.